Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Today we are talking toys. More importantly, we are talking the Petra and Mosa Zords from Power Rangers Dino Fury. These are released by Hasbro and they utilize the Zord Link system. Now, I do hope they've addressed those Zord connection ports, because the last time we looked at these toys from their original releases, they were a little tight. So I hope they've kind of addressed those, but we'll see that in the full video breakdown. Now, of course, we are going to compare these to their Japanese counterparts. Now, realize we are only going to be reviewing Mosa at this time. Once the American release is done, we will review the other toy, but for right now, it is just Mosa and Petra Freeze. Now, if you want to pick up the American releases, you have a few options. You can go to Target or Walmart and pick them up there, or you can go online and pick them up through Amazon or Big Bad Toy Store or Entertainment Earth. Now, if you want to use Entertainment Earth, I would highly recommend using the link down below. It is my affiliate link and it will help you help this channel grow. Any purchases on that link will help this channel a lot. So I'd like to thank Entertainment Earth for helping out Sparta Green Ranger Reviews. Let's not wait any longer. It's time to review toys here on Sparta Green Ranger Reviews. Let's get to it. Now, in terms of packaging, the box art is really nice and really clean, and I love that Entertainment Earth makes sure that you're getting nice, damage-free packaging. Now, if you guys remember from my first review, I picked up my toys from Walmart, and of course, with big box, they really don't care. They try to get them on the shelf and get them sold. Now, remember, these toys are marketed for kids, so they don't really think about packaging. Entertainment Earth and Big Bad Toy Store, however, they take that into account because they know collectors get these. Now, we are opening these for review purposes, so it's not that big of a deal at this point. But if I was keeping this as a shelf piece, I would love to have clean packaging. So there's a big plus there. Now, the box art does look really clean. Remember, we are going for plastic-free packaging now, so you can actually look in and touch the toy. For first inspection, it looks really good. It looks like I've got a loose kind of connection at the shoulder joint, but that's really it. Now we're going to switch over here to the Mosa, which again is another beautiful box. The helmet looks really good on the Megazord head on this one. My other one, we'll look at it and up close, and you'll see that there may have been some paint issue on my helmet. Now, comparing this to its Japanese counterpart, like I said in the first video, the cardboard from the Japanese boxes is a lot thicker. It's a lot sturdier, but the packaging is also really clean. All the descriptors are really nice, and I think it's a beautiful, beautiful box. Even if I was not going to be opening this, I'm going to be very careful, because these toys are going to go right back in the box when I'm done. That's how nice these boxes are. Now we're going to pull over the Mosa 2-box set. You see that? And it is a chunky box. I love how we get these beautiful combination boxes from Japan, and we do get these in the American versions like we saw with the Amazon release of the Five Nights toy, but I really love the box art from the Japanese toy line. It's a beautiful thing. It presents really well, and it's a great conversation piece when people come over to the house. Here we have the Petra Zords, American on the left and Japanese on the right. Now, there are some slight differences between each one. Most of them are plastic differences or paint applications. The Petra on the left has more mottled plastic, where the one on the right on the Petra head has more clear plastic, but they swapped that on the crotch guard area, where you can see on the American one there's more clear plastic compared to mottled plastic and paint application on the Japanese. Now, there are more details in the gold design on the American one than there is on the Japanese one, but the gold is a more shiny gold compared to a pale gold with the American version. In terms of articulation, I have to give it to the American Zord because there's more articulation in like the elbow joints and then in the knee joints. Now the ball joints are a little weaker on the American one, so it will kind of sit at a weird angle, but I think that's just mine. And another noticeable difference is the way the helmet hides and the shield. On the Japanese version, it kind of folds up. On the American version, it pops out, and unless you get it sitting in there just right, it just pops out every time. But once you figure out how it sits in, it's a really good little connection, and it's not going to fall out. But that's all we have for the Megazord mode. Now we're going to talk about its egg mode. Okay, here we have both Zords in their egg mode. The American version has some more details in the gold, like I said earlier, but you can definitely see that Ryu Soldier / Dino Fury symbol on the Japanese version. It's a little bit more prominent. Both toys, though, look fantastic. The American egg looks a little bit chunkier, but you can also see the plastic color difference, that the American's more lighter blue and the Japanese is more of a deeper blue at this angle. But both toys are fantastic. They mechanically are the same toy, so you're not missing out much there. As you can see, there is some color difference between those shield pieces that go on the back. There's some actual gold inside that shield on the Japanese version, where it's just clear plastic on our American counterpart, and that the legs sit a little bit flusher. Now, like I said, both these toys are mechanically the same, but they just, I can't choose one. But up next is the Petra Zord in its pterodactyl mode. So let's look at that right now. Okay, here we have the pterodactyl mode of the Petra Zord. Both are, like I said earlier, fantastic toys. Now, the arms on the American version are hole and peg compared to this nice, real good clicking, locking in one on the Japanese version, but it's not bad. Now we can get to see some color separation here on the fists of the Japanese compared to translucent plastic on the American. But you can also see the beak differences here, where there's some actual molded plastic that goes to translucent on the American compared to just translucent plastic and paint on the Japanese. So that's a pretty good win for the American one. Now you can see the wings sit a little bit more uniform on the Japanese compared to the American one. I don't know what it is there, just maybe they don't lock correctly, but I digress. It's not a bad thing. Here you go with another angle. You can see more of this paint and what I was talking about of the symbol being more prominent on the Japanese than the American. But now we're going to talk the Mosa Zord and the differences we have on those. So here we have the Mosa Zord in its Zord formation. Both toys are absolutely fantastic. I'm not going to beat around the bush. Now mine does have a slight issue with one of the ball joints on the feet, so it will start leaning after a certain amount of time. But that has been told to me it is not a normal issue, so they will be helping me get mine replaced. Now, parents, I want to give you forewarning. If you get the American version of this toy for your children, help them get it out of the box, because there are a lot of plastic tie downs and it is going to take a while to get it out. Now, as for articulation, American one has more articulation with upper leg and knee joint and elbow joint movement. But the paint application is far superior on the Japanese toy. Next up, we are going to be talking about Mosa in its Zord form. So when it comes to Zord mode, there's not much difference when it comes to either Japanese or American. It's all just paint and cosmetic differences that we've already addressed. They both look really good in Zord mode. I'm not too sure about the tail connection though on the American version. It feels a little loose, but it's still okay once you get it connected. Now, like I said, they both look almost exactly the same except for paint and cosmetic differences, but they both are just great toys still. If you look at them, there's not really a bad angle on either one, but yeah, I've got to give these ones a huge thumbs up. Now I am going to lean more towards the Japanese one. Now, one thing I did not mention earlier was the keys. The keys are exactly like they are with American versus Japanese, and the head sculpt on the American one is fantastic. Up next, we're going to look at all three Zords together. Alright guys, here we go. All three of each Zords in their Japanese and American counterparts together. we're getting ready to put these together and make the Primal Ultrazord. I want to know right now in the comments below what you think your favorite version will be, Japanese or American. So let me know as I make this happen in 3, 2, 1, go. Here they both are, American on the left still, Japanese on the right, and both of them are just amazing to look at. Now there is far more gold detail in the Japanese one than there is the American one, but both are just fantastic looking. Of course, the Japanese one's just slightly taller. It's also heavier. I'm not gonna lie, that is a heavy toy, but I have to say I'm very, very happy with the way the connection points are on the American toy now. It is a lot nicer. I'm not afraid of breaking a peg, so major points on that one. Now, I want to give you a couple pictures and then we'll go up to FaceTime and wrap this video up. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed that. There were some amazing pros and cons to each version of the toys. Now, if you want to get the Japanese ones, you're going to have to go online to pick them up. I suggest checking out Big Bad Toy Store or Amazon. They're starting to get a little bit pricey, so if you want to get them, I suggest getting them now or missing out or paying a huge premium tax on third-party seller sites. The American ones, like I said in the beginning, you can pick up on Amazon, Entertainment Earth, or Big Bad Toy Store for online options, or go to Target, Walmart, or your local big box retailer. If you want to help out the channel, make sure you check the link down below. It'll take you to Entertainment Earth and you can purchase them from there, and any purchases from Entertainment Earth will help grow the channel. Guys, I really hope you've enjoyed this video. Make sure you give a thumbs up if you do, a dislike if you don't. It helps give me feedback either way. But also make sure you've liked, you've subscribed, and give me your point of view down in the comments below on which one you think is the best. If I'm having to choose right now, I'm still going to go with the Japanese ones. They have a lot more that they can do for me, and it attracts the collector in me. At the end of the day, that's the great thing about this hobby. Whether you like the American toy or the Japanese, there's no wrong answer. This is just my viewpoint. So, at the end of the day, enjoy, always have fun playing, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace.